Well, y'all, this should be the last one of this week in this series, and I hope that the ones that are watching these are truly enjoying them. And again, we'll be back on July the 4th for our regular live stream, which is on Saturday, and then July the 6th, we'll be back for our regular scheduled program. The next video is called 52 eggs. Did we hatch these 52 eggs or something like that? And really, well, a few things. If you guys have noticed a trend in these older videos, it's one that you didn't see Brooke, aka Mrs. Cog Hill, that much in the videos. Nothing like you do today. And that is because Brooke did not like it, I should say. As a matter of fact, early on, y'all, Brooke thought I was nuts. Bona fide nutcase. It used to would make her mad sometimes because, especially early on, as I'm learning how to record and film and camera angles and trying to make it all work. Even as, you know, I know how to do this a lot better now. Been doing it for 10 years now. It still takes a lot longer to film doing a project versus if you don't film, you know, moving the camera around, making sure your cameras are charged and all the stuff that goes on with it. But back then it was really worse because, you know, I didn't have the equipment, the tripods. I would put my camera on a brick. I mean, it was a whole lot harder then because I just was learning how to do all this. And so a simple 1 hour project would take us 3 or 4 hours. And I could see steam coming out of Brooke's ear. Oh my goodness. But Mary Carl loved it. Back then, Mary Carl loved being on camera and, you know, just she had to be almost every video. She loved talking and teaching and that kind of thing. And of course when Mary Carl hit adolescence age, she didn't want to do it anymore, to be honest with you. And on one hand, I'm kind of glad. I really am. I know it's a lot of pressure for someone, you know, when you're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, it's not that much pressure on you. But, you know, being a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old, you know, you're talking about a little something different. And so, yeah, I'm to be honest with you, as a dad, as a father, as a parent, I'm kind of glad she didn't want to do it anymore. I am. I really am. I know most of y'all wish she had, but as a parent, you know, I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad she's kind of incognito now. But you do notice that Brooke didn't really start getting into the videos about, and I'm going off the top of my head, anywhere from 6 to 8 months pre-COVID is when Brooke really started becoming in the videos a lot. And that's when a lot changed back then. But but before that point, you hardly saw Brooke. It was just a cameo here and there. You know, Brooke hardly talked. You just didn't see much of her or anything like that. And this is no exception. The reason why I did chose this video was because, to me, this was prime Mary Carl's YouTube career. Oh, she's cute as a button. She's country as cornbread. And she's obsessed, and to this day still obsessed with birds. But at this point, she was obsessed with poultry and hatching eggs, and you can just see it in this video. And I'm betting this is a video that a lot of y'all have not seen. So enjoy this video, stick around, and I have a few more words after the video behind the scenes, and yeah, hope you enjoy this one. Y'all remember those 52 eggs we had in the incubator? How many hatched? Let's go. So y'all remember about a week or two ago, we were hatching, was it 52 eggs? Mm-hmm. Well, they hatched.
Like
and
32 hatched.
32 hatched.
And how many few of them didn't make it, but...
A few of them didn't make it, which is normal. Then you gave, what, about 8, 9, 10 away to a friend. And so, how many is in there now?
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 12. 12.
And it's Sea Brights and Silkies and mixes and all kinds of stuff. Show them the Sea Bright. Sea Bright's a little bantam chicken. It's probably my favorite bantam chicken. They come in gold and silver. These are going to be silver. Just really, really pretty, beautiful. We got one cool one that we call the chick with a human on its back. And let us show you why. It looks like it's got a little person right here on its back. Grab a silky.
It's a big one.
It is a big silky. Whoa there, partner. Cool things about silkies is they have like purple, bluish skin. You can see on their feet.
And on their beak.
And on their beak. And they have an extra toe that other chickens don't have. Also, you hatched out the goslings. We 3 hatched out when last week. And they were Pringles. Then we hatched out 3 more. That was the 6 we had. Here they are. This one is almost solid white.
I think it's a Sebastopol mix. Hey, Daddy, what are you doing? Is that white?
And there's 2 more under there, under the little heater.
Wow. There's one, and here's the last one. The last one looks like Pringles.
It does look a lot like Pringles.
That one I think Sebastopol, and that one I think Sebastopol Chinese, and that one's just Chinese.
Cool. Then, these little silkies just hatched within the last day or so. Well, I guess within the last 24 hours.
This one hatched today, and that one hatched today. And this one's gonna hatch soon.
That one's hatching soon. Ooh, pull it up, let's see it. Cool beans. And you can see the one that's really tired, really weak looking. That one just hatched.
Yeah, that's the latest one that hatched.
And this one wasn't that far from hatching.
Yeah.
So how many silkies are in here?
I think 6.
6. As y'all can see, these suckers are pretty good and feathered out. We got the new little silkies coming on. And so we're gonna move these down to the little chick brooder we got in the barn. Then we're gonna take the silkies out of the incubator and put them in here. What about the little goslings? How much longer are they gonna stay in here?
I think that we can start taking them outside when it's warm. With Pringles and let them kind of bond with them.
Okay.
And then we'll bring them in here for the night, and then we'll start letting them sleep in the barn.
Gotcha.
Let's start loading them up.
Start loading up. Got it.
We got a little breathing hole.
Yeah, we're just going to the barn. We won't take 10 seconds to get down there. All right, let's roll.
These sea birds are so pretty. The little wing feathers are funky looking.
They're so beautiful.
That's her nest-like contraption. Daddy, can you like put this on the highest level?
Yeah, you got to get out of it. I mean, you both can't fit in that time.
No, you don't get out. Stop doing it.
The best investments we've made. These little heaters. There's several different brands. This one's made by Pride, but they're so much nicer and safer than a heat light like this. We've had a super broody hen, and Mary Carl put a little chick, gave her a little chick, and she is being mama there now. She is so happy to have that chick, and she don't want you messing with her at all. Where's your baby? Can we see your baby? Oh, okay, we won't mess with her. It didn't take Pringles long to outgrow the house and outgrow that swimming pool brooder. I mean, he or she got big super fast. Pringles!
Getting feathers.
Pringles is getting feathers?
Pringles are starting to sound like a goose rather than a chick.
To me, geese have one of the strongest motherly instincts of any poultry I've ever seen. I mean, it's right up there with a silky. You can see, we don't know if Pringles is a male or female, but Pringles has taken these new goslings under as if they're babies. All right, we gotta get some feed for the new little silkies and get them moved to the brooder, right?
Yep.
To the brooder we just took these 12 chicks out of. Mama got us fixed up.
I got you fixed up, but that feeder needs to be dumped out.
Okay.
I'm putting that feed in and the water's behind you on the first trip.
Okay. They little bitty things.
He's been there overnight. Here you go, baby. Sit there for a moment. Good.
Drinking it, isn't it?
They teach each other.
That's super important when you get new chicks. You want to introduce them to the water. It's first, especially the water. Water is super, 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 super important. Feed is important too, don't get me wrong. But the main thing is be sure they know where that water is. After they figure out where the water is, then you can, show them the feed. But dip their beak as soon as you can in that water. Is that all of them that's going in here for now?
Yeah, there's others.
Are not ready? Okay. So while it's a super warm day, we're going to take these 3 little goslings here and I'm going to put them down there with Pringles and company.
And then we'll bring them back.
And then we'll bring them back later on in the day. Can you carry all 3 of them?
You think you can carry 2?
Yeah, I'll carry 2.
I bet I can carry 2.
Peachy! Get them, girl. Hey, Pringles! Pringles, we got you some new babies.
I'll lower it by 1 little change.
Uh-oh. And we'll come back later and come get them. Put them back in that brooder in the house.
Probably get them about 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check on the bees real quick that we just caught. That right there is the swarm we just caught, and pretty good bit of activity going in and out of it, so I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it. Not. Oh, but I do enjoy those. I really do. And, I do miss that. I absolutely miss it. I miss the hatching the eggs and me and her doing all that together. Not that we don't do things together now. It's just different, It's different. It's more grown-up-y stuff now, We watch a movie or a TV show almost every single night. We still have that relationship. And I'm extremely lucky because we do. And I'm not gonna cry. But I do miss those itty-bitty days, those itty-bitty days. Each stage of life is fun, though. It really is. It really is. And I do enjoy now. And I guess when I get older, I'll look back and say, gosh, I had thoroughly enjoyed me and Mary Carl's movie nights or our birding days, because it's going to be a day that those are going to be few and far between as well. It really is. I do consider myself extremely lucky that I have this huge catalog of Mary Carl growing up, I really do. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of glad I got it. And I feel like I did it in a way that I don't know how I want to put this. There was nothing staged or we're going to do this. We're doing this video. You know what I mean? It was, you know, whatever it was whatever it was. And that's what was really going on at the time. And I just was actually filming it, you know. And that has the good and the bad. It really does. And but reflecting back, I don't have any regrets, I should say. I guess that's what I'm looking for. I don't have any regrets. The camera never got in the way. My ambition never got in the way of mine and Mary Carl and Brooke as a family, of her growing up. She still was a kid and still got to do a ton of fun stuff here on the farm, as did I. I tell you, I do miss those days. I do. I don't miss, though, raising 52 animals at one time. There was some craziness going on behind the scenes, I can tell you. We looked like we may have had it together most of the time, but I can assure you, we didn't have it 100% together. There was some craziness going on in the background. You know, there was a lot. It really was a lot back then. And, you know, you feel like we have a lot more animals now, but the animals now are larger and not quite as many. Does that make sense? Back then, you know, we had a whole bunch more chickens. We had the quail, we had the pheasants. Oh my gosh, what else do we have, y'all? I'm just trying to think, what else do we have back then that we don't have now? I don't know. In that video, we're still doing our meat chicken operation, which was 100 of those every 6 to 8 weeks. And also, I don't know if we had started quail then, but we started expanding that operation. We were going to start doing quail, and this was right before COVID. We tried ducks, which was an absolute failure. Oh my goodness. We tried rabbits because the restaurants wanted rabbits. They wanted, you know, humanely raised rabbits, and we couldn't do it. We tried, but we could not do it. That was really hard on us. All of it was hard. When you're doing that yourself, that's really, really hard. And why, to this day, as I've gotten older, I've gotten a whole lot softer. Why we don't raise any of our meat anymore. I can't do it. Even if we don't even do the processing, I can't do it. Most of y'all remember when we first moved here to this farm, I got 2 feeder pigs. And they stayed out there where the garden area is, where the chickens are, and the greenhouse. And we moved them around out there. And the day that we had them processed, I literally was bawling. It was so hard on me. And Brooke volunteered. She stepped up and she said, I'm going to take them. And so what we ended up doing was we opened up the trailer, and they ended up walking in the trailer. We left it in there for a couple of days so to get used to it. And they walked up in the trailer, shut the trailer door, and Brooke took them to the processor. I think what gets me, and I'm not going to cry about this, but I think what gets me, and I know everybody's different, and I do not frown upon people because we did it with the meat chickens, and we tried it with rabbits and quail and ducks, but 100%, I don't have any, as long as it's done humanely and is as humanely as possible. I don't look down on it whatsoever. But the guilt is what got me that, gosh, I ought not say this because there may be somebody out there on the fence, and I don't want to discourage anybody from feeding their family or growing their own food or whatever. But for me personally, what got me was the guilt of feeling that those 2 pigs trusted me, and I feel like I tricked them, you know, I do. And thinking that's hard. That's hard for me. It really is. And I didn't mean for this where this video went. I didn't. But I just kind of give you some insight why we don't raise our own meat anymore. We do get our meat from locally sourced places to the best of our ability. The last couple of years, we have actually bought a a half or a quarter. When you think about a quarter of a cow, and then one year we bought a half of a cow. And we've gotten our meat chickens from other people. Well, we bought our turkeys from Chestnut Hills when they were doing it. But anyways, yeah, didn't mean for us to get on there. But you never know with me. You never know with me. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's of our off the wall, well, not our regularly scheduled programs, I should say, here on the farm. We will be back with our regular scheduled farm content, what you all know and love, on July the 6th. And again, we'll be going live on July the 4th. And yeah, we missed y'all. We've absolutely missed y'all. And we'll be back pretty soon now. If you're watching this one, we'll be back pretty soon. Catch you guys on the next one. As always, we do love y'all to the moon and back. We appreciate y'all more than you'll ever know. Y'all be good.